Okay, some differences between INFJ and ISTP. So both are part of the Templar Quadra, the Beta Quadra, because we have the same 4 cognitive functions in the ego. You know, the introverted thinking and the extroverted feeling, the introverted intuition, and the extroverted sensing. It's just like flipped. The hero and child are flipped, and the parent and inferior are flipped. So, like I noticed with INFJ, they're gonna have a way bigger, like, social people. And it's not like I can't have that. Like, back in the day when I managed my own soccer team and I was really into soccer, and I had a lot of soccer contacts, because when you're good at something, and people, they'll invite you to play with them, or if you invite them to play with you, you just have a lot of different contacts that way. So with her, it's more like whatever, like, business she's in, or whatever she's passionate about, she has a lot of people contacts. Now I kind of let go of my contacts. I just, I kind of put soccer in my past. Not that I don't like it, it's just I didn't find a lot of meaning in it for me anymore. What I liked about it the most was if there was like a person on there that I could like chat with during the game or something, because just playing the game to play the game, it just wasn't doing it for me anymore. It was boring. Okay, so like 8 years ago, or however long it was, when I was starting to look at, MBTI, Jungian archetypes, stuff like that, taking the tests, and like the temperaments, I identified with the idealist temperament and the artisan temperament. And so, it can be tricky to type yourself. I was professionally typed eventually, because I actually thought I was an INFJ. But something I noticed with me and my INFJ female friend is that, like, okay, we both have had issues with being too empathetic. That's definitely a thing. I think all FE users can relate to this at some point in their life. But because I'm pragmatic, and I'm very like I'm an IP type, so I'm more like me first type of thinking, whereas she's an NF type. Yes, she's an NF type, but she's a FJ. She's an FJ, so she's more like community focused first. Like the community kind of is more important to her than herself. And that makes a big difference. So like, I think she's older than me. I'm in my mid-40s, and we just had this talk last week. There's a ENFP that we both have worked for in the past, and this particular ENFP doesn't have a very good character. I worked with him at an old job, and then I also ran into him again at a different job, and ran into the same issues. Like, so, like, okay, one of the things is he's lazy. Like, he doesn't want to do any work. And then he'll talk shit about his bosses, which both of those bosses just happen to both be INFJs, the female and then like a male. And the INFJs that I have met were clearly good people, great character. I mean, I even met the family of the male INFJ, like such a sweet wife. I think she was an INFP, like, and then these two girls, like, under the age of 8. Like, just, you know, when you meet people and you're just like, wow, they're really wholesome. Like, they're such good people. That's the feeling I got from like him and his family. And so this ENFP just like tell me this stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, this sounds familiar. I mean, I'm always gonna trust someone's character, you know, like, because I may not always know someone's intentions about something, but like you can kind of feel when something isn't right, you know, and then the patterns, whatever. So anyway, this INFJ, like, we've had this conversation before, like a similar conversation about like empathy and like how it can like not be good for us having too much empathy. And she's like, yeah, I've gotten into trouble too, but like I've learned my lesson. And she still keeps these people around. And she's like, yeah, I just want to see the best in people. Well, I can relate to that. I want to see the best in people too. But I guess it's my pragmatism, or maybe just the stronger use of TI, valuing TI over FE, I suppose. Or just, no, you know what it is? I value myself. Because once I learned to value myself and love myself, like really feel it unconditionally, now it's kind of like my internal FI has the steering wheel. Like, that is my value system is very strongly what's good for me. Like, I still feel empathy for people. I can still show empathy for people, but not at the expense of myself. And I think that's the big difference. And she's such a beautiful person. And we do need FJs in the world. We need NFs in the world. And I don't know, maybe with the critic function, it's really hard to develop that function. I mean, I feel like I developed my FI demon before I developed my SI critic. That's for sure. So yeah, there's an INFJ male in the show Love is Blind, the last season that I watched, in, was it Sweden? I don't remember, whatever. It was one of the recent ones. And he was dating an ESTJ woman, and what it came down to was passing the test of the critic and all that. So like, well, and the demon, passing the test of because the INFJ, he clearly had done a lot of work on himself. Like, he was the oldest guy there. I think he was in his 50s. And he was very much, like, I could relate to his path. Like, he was very much in tune with his SI and his FI. And like me, he was really valuing himself. And the ESTJ, like, she didn't understand. She didn't. And she was very stuck in her ways of like, yeah, but I like eating junk food, and I like doing this, and I like having a boy haircut, and I even shaved my head once and I really liked it, and that's just me. Like, that's, and to the INFJ male, he was feeling like, I mean, short hair isn't really attractive to me. Like, that's not your problem. Like, that's my problem. And I own that. I'm trying to see if I can like get over this. And like, I mean, his way of thinking, I could really relate to it. But yeah, that was really interesting. And I'm really proud of him for like not choosing her, because he chose himself. And that's the whole point. Like, as FE users, we have to learn to choose ourselves. Like, I have some friends right now, NF types, FJ and FP, and they have someone in their life, an ENTJ, who has a lot of issues. And from the stories they share with me, I feel like they really need to have boundaries. Really need to have boundaries. But I think it comes down to values as well. Like, they're not pragmatic. I am. Like, I love my son so much. If he were to do some like really shitty things or whatever, like, I would have to choose myself. It would be hard. It would be super hard. Really, really hard. But at the end of the day, like, if someone is just being a bad person and they're bringing you down, they're bringing your health down, like mentally, physically, because you know it's all connected. Like, I don't care who you are. If you are gonna mess with my peace and my health and all that shit, like, I have to let you go. That's like my stance on things. And you know what? I'm a lot happier. I'm a lot happier now. And I think everyone, well, I mean, just because that's what I think is right doesn't mean it's right for everyone. But in my view, I think if everyone did that, they would be a lot happier. It's like the FE users need to learn to value themselves, and the FI users need to learn to also value other people. Like, we both need to kind of come in the middle and have a balance. Like, I'm definitely idealistic, like absolutely idealistic, but I definitely notice the difference between myself as an artisan, temperament type SP, versus an NF. Like, their idealism, I think, just, they need more reality. They need more pragmatism in their life. They need more grounding. I definitely notice a difference. And since I am being responsible with my extroverted sensing and all of my introverted functions, including my introverted sensing and introverted feeling, like, that's really been the key for me. Balance in all of your psyche. Balance with how you live your life, your lifestyle. Like, you know, I even quit my last job. I mean, it was a toxic work environment. None of us deserved the treatment that we got there. But I was also like working too much. Like, I don't want to work overtime. I don't really care about money. I don't. That's not a value of mine. The only use for money is freedom. I want freedom. And you know what? Like, now I'm working part-time and I'm spending a lot of time on myself, on my self-care. That's really what I'm doing. That's like where my heart is. My heart is in myself. And I'm happy. Like, I'm so happy. So happy. Yeah. Like, I never really understood, like, the people that just, like, work and overwork yourself. Well, I have to save and I have to do this and this and that. No, you don't. You don't have to do all that. Like, the time is now. The time is now. You know, like, you can always make more money. You can always do all these other things. But right now is what really matters. We are not promised tomorrow. Like with your family or the people you love. If you really love them. Like, I've always felt like, because I've had, you know, I know what it feels like to be like suicidal and wish to die and like not want to be here. So like, I've always had that feeling of like, any of us could die at any time. Like, I could die at any time. So I want my son to know I love him. So I've always kind of had that in my mind. Like, if we have a disagreement or an argument or something, or I say something shitty and I'm like, fuck. So I try to like fix it pretty fast, because I would really hate for the last thing I say to someone I love is something shitty. Like, that would suck. Someone's walking a dog. So